Yo, Hoop fans! Your sideline sage, Tips and Upstreams, is lacing up once again. On deck, deep dives into the freshest NBA clashes, ready to set the planks ablaze. But before we jump the ball, be sure to hammer that subscribe on our YouTube channel to keep hooked with our sharp forecasts and prime selections. All right, let's bounce into today's NBA Crystal Ball reads. The predictions for today are for the game between Oklahoma City Thunder and Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks and the Oklahoma City Thunder are gearing up for a crucial Game 6 at the American Airlines Center. With the Mavericks holding a 3-2 lead in the series, the Thunder are battling to keep their playoff dreams alive. Let's break down the matchup, examining key stats, player performances, and historical data to predict the outcome of this pivotal game. The Thunder have been a powerhouse this season, boasting the third highest scoring average in the league with 120.1 points per game, while shooting an impressive 49.9% from the field. They excel from beyond the arc with a 38.9% three-point shooting percentage and are solid from the free throw line, converting 82.5% of their attempts. Defensively, OKC forces 15.7 turnovers per game and allows 112.7 points per game, ranking 11th in the league. On the flip side, the Mavericks are no pushovers, scoring 117.9 points per game on 48.1% shooting from the floor. Their three-point shooting stands out at 40.0%, and they are reliable from the charity stripe at 75.8%. Defensively, Dallas concedes 115.6 points per game, allowing opponents to shoot 47.5% from the field. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been the standout performer for the Thunder, averaging 29.6 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 6.2 assists per game in the playoffs. He's been supported by Chet Holmgren, who adds 15.0 points and 2.8 blocks per game, and Jalen Williams, contributing 18.3 points and 1.7 steals per game. The Mavericks' Luka Doncic has been equally impressive, averaging 27.1 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 9.0 assists per game. Kyrie Irving chips in with 21.0 points and 1.5 steals per game, while P.J. Washington has been a consistent scorer, particularly in the early games of the series. The Thunder and Mavericks have squared off 5 times this season, with the Mavericks winning 3 of those contests. In their most recent clash, the Mavericks triumphed 104-92, showcasing their defensive strength by holding the Thunder to 42.5% shooting from the field and a mere 25.0% from downtown. Historically, the Mavericks have had the upper hand at the American Airlines Center, winning 7 of their last 8 home games against Northwest Division rivals. Neither team is playing a back-to-back in this matchup, ensuring both squads are well rested. However, it's worth noting that the Thunder have struggled on the road recently, losing their last 7 away games after a home loss. The Mavericks, on the other hand, have been formidable at home, especially against division opponents. The Mavericks have a slight edge in shooting efficiency and rebounding, which could be crucial factors in this game. Dallas's ability to control the glass and hit from beyond the arc has been a significant advantage throughout the series. Conversely, Oklahoma City's reliance on Gilgeous-Alexander to carry the offensive load could be a double-edged sword. If the Mavericks can limit his impact, they stand a good chance of closing out the series. The Thunder's defensive efforts, particularly in forcing turnovers, will need to be at their peak. They will also need better shooting from their supporting cast to overcome Dallas's home court advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander's playmaking and scoring will be crucial, but contributions from Holmgren and Williams will be necessary to balance the offensive attack. This is a tough game to bet on. Oklahoma City has every incentive to come out strong and force a decisive Game 7 at home. That's why this is the best bet for Saturday's showdown. This game could go either way. If Doncic gets hot early, the Mavericks can pull off another upset and head back to the Western Conference Finals. The Mavs are in the driver's seat, but I'm not counting the Thunder out yet. They've proven they can win in Dallas, having won 50% of their games there this season. They'll give it their all to avoid elimination with their season on the line. I'll take the Thunder to cover for a bit of extra security. Momentum has undoubtedly shifted in this series, but I'm not ready to hand it over to the Mavericks just yet. While they should be favored at home, giving more than a possession's worth of points seems excessive. I'll take a chance on the Thunder plus the points as they fight to keep their playoff hopes alive. Ultimately, this bet on Oklahoma City is due to an inflated number. They are the top-seeded team in a tough Western Conference and won 3 head-to-head matchups during the regular season, averaging 124.5 points per game. With a superstar like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the backcourt, if they find their rhythm offensively, I think they can cover the spread, if not win outright. My bet is on the Oklahoma City Thunder to cover a 4-point spread. Here's another tip-off for today's game. Luka Doncic under 48.5 points, plus rebounds, plus assists in Game 6. Mavericks superstar point guard Luka Doncic is likely to suit up on Saturday, despite dealing with a right knee sprain and left ankle soreness. As the team's best player and primary playmaker, Doncic is averaging 27.1 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 9.0 assists per game in these playoffs. Doncic once again delivered a stellar performance when it mattered most. The MVP finalist racked up 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in Wednesday's win, more than redeeming himself after a lackluster outing in the previous game. Consistency has been a challenge for Luka this postseason, mainly due to his knee issues since the middle of the first round. With this being a potential series-clinching game, the pressure is on. Despite leading the league with 33.9 points per game this season, Doncic has leaned heavily on his teammates to contribute offensively throughout the series. He's averaging 8.4 assists and 10.6 rebounds per game in this series. The Dallas Mavericks will rely on Luka Doncic, but don't expect an elite scoring performance from him this time. In the last game, he scored 31 points, but in the 2 games before that, he was held to 22 points or less. I anticipate Luka finishing with around 22 or 23 points here. His focus will be on orchestrating his teammates' efforts, making it unlikely for him to hit the mark on this player prop bet.